Okay, so I have a timeline that I made for you. All right. I just spent about 2 hours making the timeline and coming up with the best memories possible. And when I put it on my camera, it didn't show up as clear as what I thought it was going to. So I'm gonna have to break these down piece by piece. First one is Rebecca's party. This is when I first moved to Newburgh. All right. So this is your house right here. That's me. This is Wes down here at the bottom. You can't read the bubble, it's too small, but it says, "Hey Holmes." That's when he thought he was a little gangster. I drew a little picture of the pond right over here. If you remember, your sister Sarah took a picture of me on the lawn. That's why I drew myself kind of sitting in a little lawn position there. And I was wearing Chump Gear at the time. Chump Gear was the off-brand for No Fear, and my family's budget wouldn't allow for the name brand No Fear at the time. Anyhow, my balls were hanging out of my shorts, and I didn't find out until like 2 weeks later, and that was my welcome to Newburgh and welcome to our friendship, which a rocky start for me, but kind of a theme of my life, and I wouldn't take it back for anything. Next, what we have is Abby's Pizza. Abby's Pizza. That was where you and I first really had our big connection. Right here's Abby's Pizza. Down here's the sign. Right up here, you're going to see you and Josh. You guys are in the back, and there's a little wine cooler that I drew. See the wine cooler. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Right over here is me and Nicole Peppers making out. Anyhow, that was where we really became good friends. And even then, I realized that there wasn't a whole lot that could rock our relationship. This right here is Crystal's house. Let me get this straight here. This is Crystal's house, and if you remember Crystal's house, we used to love to smoke in her backyard. Um, I'm the one in the middle standing up smoking, not because I want to be the center of attention. Maybe subconsciously I drew it that way, but that wasn't the point. So that's me. This is you. This is Crystal. And that is Crimson. This is the little fireplace that Steve has that we used to throw all of our cigarettes in. Anyhow, that's just a brief little timeline. I can't fit everything in, obviously, but that's our teens. Those are some major memories that I have. Obviously, we have the spelling thing and British, English, British literature and everything else. Anyhow, so this is the graph that I drew, major memories that stood out to me, and that is what I would call our teen years. Okay. Okay. So our next step in our timeline is going to be our 20s, which I guarantee you remember the 20s. This is where we all really kind of became ourselves. This is who we are today. The teens were the formative years. The 20s were what confirmed everything we thought that we were, which is awesome. So the next step is our 20s. Let me get this right in front here, see if I can actually get this to stabilize. First apartment there. This is the one you guys had in Beaverton. All right, this is the one you guys had in Beaverton. This here is the Topaz, if you remember the Topaz. No, I drew some heat lines coming from it because you couldn't roll the windows down, and it always overheated, so it was kind of like being in an oven. And we often went to Eugene to visit Aaron and John Kerner, if you remember. And no matter what, you couldn't roll the windows down. And it didn't help that we smoked at the time. That was even worse. It was like being inside of a smoker. Anyhow, so that was the Topaz. Below here, we also have the London. I call it Big Ben, I think is what it's called. That's when you went to London for the first time, and last time. I don't know why I said first time, but it's when you went to London and kind of discovered yourself. We missed you much the whole time you were gone, and this is my house where you guys used to pick me up before you left for London, because Aaron and Kerner had moved to Eugene, and everyone else kind of moved on their own thing. So, and I didn't have a car because it wrecked my Blazer, so you guys always came and picked me up. That's also where I first discovered my love of chick music, which, as you know, is a deep passion of mine. And it was really nice of you guys because at that time I only had one friend, which was Scott Hessedall, and we all know how lonely that can be. So anyhow, That was our very, very early 20s. Okay. Moving on is to Ione Plaza. If you remember Ione Plaza was a very interesting experience. Got, I had to pick my drawings specifically here. Here is Bree from the famous Bree and Reed, as we call them, Breed. There's Trevor. He was the desk man down at the bottom there. There's River City Grill. We used to rock River City Grill like nobody's business. It was a great time. I think they're closed down now. Most importantly, I think this is the first year. I'm not sure, and you know better than me, but I think this is the first year we really did T2. I think T2 was that was the first real T2. I mean, we'd had where we all had Thanksgiving together and stuff, but I think that was the first real Thanksgiving too. And I mean, Ione Plaza is full of so many memories. I can't even get into it. But anyhow, those are the ones I wanted to touch base on. I don't know why Bree and Reed popped up, but we have Ryan and everything else. Anyhow, so you know the rest of it. So moving on, now we have Portland Plaza. Portland Plaza. The Portland Plaza, I actually just drew 2 pictures there because it was a really important time in your life. Portland Plaza was where you met Matt. You and Matt had met. You and Crystal were working at Big Red's all the time. Um, and I kind of knew right off the bat that you guys were probably going to be together forever. I wish you could see the muscles I drew on Matt. Let me see if I can push this a little bit closer. I just don't think it's going to work. Anyhow, I drew these big muscles on Matt. But if you remember, he put up with my bullshit when we went down to Triple Tortoise. I told him he looked like Gaston from the movie Beauty and the Beast. And anyhow, and so that's why I only drew that one picture there. There's Portland Plaza, Big Reds, and you and Matt. So that was a really important part of your life. Next, we're going to go to Multnomah Village. And I know there's so much stuff in Multnomah Village that there's no way I would have to have a completely different piece of paper, and I'm guessing that same piece of paper would go on forever and ever. So instead what I drew was I drew Milo and Ellie. And Milo, you can't see it. Well, Milo's got a frowny face. I also drew the swimming pool at the Lobelia house. There's your guys' house on Primrose. There's Marty and Crystal's house. I promised myself I wasn't going to mention Marty this whole thing. Damn it. I'm not going to re-record it. Anyhow, there's Crystal's house off Lobelia with the pool in the backyard. And then there's the wedding ring. So anyhow, so that is the timeline that I made for you. I also have something called honorable mention, things that I couldn't draw and I couldn't really fit into everything else. So I want to cover these really, really quick for you. Number one, let's let this stabilize, is going to be Scott Pizza. I don't know if you remember Scott Pizza. I don't even know if Scott knows about Scott Pizza, but that was an awesome memory of mine. Then I also have our trip to Canada where we drank all that Malibu rum in the back of the Suburban and Marty wouldn't pull over because he's such a dick. And my meatus was about to explode the entire ride to British Columbia. The next one is the song The General. Of course, you remember The General. The next one is the song Hey Ma, which we're going to get to in a second. Oh, number 5 is VQ. Can't remember any other restaurant that I've had more memories at than the VQ. Number 6 is the movie Tombstone. I touched base on it, but I just wanted to make sure that it got mentioned again. Regina Spektor. You're welcome for me discovering her beautiful music. I'm always in tune with that kind of stuff, so if you ever need advice on cool new music, just let me know. And then number 8 is Marty. You know, he was always in the background, whether we liked it or not, he was always there. The paper collapsed as I was mentioning him. Anyhow, so that's the conclusion of my timeline. Happy 30th birthday. I love you more than you could possibly imagine. And I got one more part that we're going to do. So here's the last part, one of our favorite songs ever. I'm only going to play it until I mess up because I've had like 8 beers, to be honest with you, and I got to go to bed. So anyhow, so this is the next part of my video, so enjoy. Happy birthday. Okay, last part. Almost over. Guys, for your patience. Alright, last part, Rebecca. Happy 30th. skipping all the like in between lines. I'm just going straight to the chorus. So if you wonder what I'm doing, that's what. I don't want to do the whole song. That was just me letting you know that next time I see you, I'll be able to play that song for you. Happy 30th birthday. I really hope I'll be able to make it tonight. If not, you know I love you more than life. Have a good one.